Fans, it's my absolute pleasure to be joined by, and I wrote all this down because it's a mouthful, the 14-time AUS pennant winner, 5-time AUS Coach of the Year, 2-time U Sports Coach of the Year, 2-time World University Games Championship winner, 7-time national champion, and of course, as we all know, 1-time Memorial Cup champion with the St. John Sea Dogs. Coach Gardiner MacDougall. Coach Mac, thanks so much for joining us.
Yes, always a pleasure, John.
Congrats on your OT win on Friday night with the Reds. Good to get a W to start off the weekend. I do want to start off by taking it all the way back to May of this year. The Red season had been over for a couple weeks at that point, and then you get a call to come coach the Sea Dogs in the Memorial Cup. What's going through your mind when is that a crazy idea when you first hear that? Is that exciting? Is it like an immediate no? Talk me through that situation.
Yes, I guess, a word I've used a fair amount is exhilarating. I mean, a tremendous opportunity. And when you first get the call from Trevor, it's, you have to make a quick decision. And everything about the whole adventure you had to be, it was quick, fast. We didn't have a lot of time to make a decision. He had phoned in the morning and said, can you let me know tonight? And I thought, okay, I need at least the evening to kind of feel, to talk to, my wife and people at UNB. But just accelerating the whole thing. It was, from the, as I said, I'm glad I answered the call. And certainly the opportunity was, one of those special lifetime moments to be involved and to help make a difference with the group. And, full credit to the players, just the whole organization. When you think about it, from the two coaches or the three coaches I hadn't met before, and how, they were so key, our consultant staff, management, the fans, the whole city of St. John. It was just one of those special lifetime moments that a lot of us got to experience.
You come in with basically a blank slate for the team, coming in new head coach with a limited amount of time. I think it was about 35 days until that opening game of the tournament in St. John. What was the most important thing for you in preparation for the tournament with the team?
I think that the biggest thing was just the connection, trying to get to know the group. And I think anytime you have, any successful venture, it's all about establishing trust. And, it's a two-way trust, the players with the coaching staff with the players. And again, I give full credit. It wasn't easy. We had to really, really push with our practices, with our conditioning. I thought Terry Blizzard did an immaculate job with the off-ice part of the fitness training, and our coaching staff and numerous consultants. It was kind of a laboratory for coaches. There was coaches coming in and out, and it was just a really neat experience. And everyone kind of chipped in and made a difference. It's like talking to the players. We all had to find ways to just get a little bit better, and thankfully we had enough days that you accumulate all those days together, and then you got incremental improvement. And I think once we got into the games, the foundation of having that much time with the practices certainly was a benefit and paid off for the players and certainly for the team.
Now, obviously, you don't take this job without thinking, we're going to win this. You have to go in with a winning mentality. But was there a moment in preparation or during the tournament when it really clicked for you, like, hey, like, we could really win this thing?
I think, when you start, you're just really going in some instances, minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. Okay, let's try to make a difference in this day. And again, I go back. We spent a lot of time together, the coaching staff, and it was just shooting ideas, going through different things, and then the buy-in of the players, and lots of time, little talks with players, and just establishing that connection, and then establishing the trust. And I think when you get the trust, the players brought the work ethic, and our fitness improved, and then I think there's confidence built in from practice. But until the tournament starts, you really didn't know. I think there's always a little bit of, I think I put a quote on our board this week. Certainty is the enemy of high performance and growth. And so there was no certainty. There was lots of little uncertainty, but we knew if we followed the plan. And unfortunately, I had some experience in these type of occasions that we'll see. But I had my first game coaching in the CHL was our first game in the Memorial Cup, and I think the fact that we started off so fast and got the lead, I think there was a big buy-in then. And then the seventh man, the best, maybe best ever in Memorial Cup history, the Sea Dogs fans and the Sea Dog Nation, whatever you want to call it. They were so key. They got behind us, right at an opening game. And then you get that momentum. We're fortunate to have Lady Mo visit us on several different occasions throughout the tournament.
Yeah, Lady Momentum became almost more synonymous with the tournament than the win of the Memorial Cup. Almost that was definitely the headline coming out of the tournament, and your speech there after that thrilling comeback win against Shawinigan. With that win against Shawinigan, you go into the first intermission, you're down by a couple goals. What's sort of said in between periods as a coach? Are you relying on a player to maybe step up and take that leadership role, or do you have to come in and really rally the troops?
It was really a combination. We had our assistants did a great job. We had some terrific consultants. Rob Henniker does a immaculate job with me at UNB, and I had brought him down to St. John to be a voice. Paul Boutelier and Mike Eagles were, these are people watching, on the video and watching and from the press box, and sometimes you get a different viewpoint from there. And but full credit to the players. We had done some earlier talk on our values as a team and what we wanted to be recognized and identified. And, we needed that. And, I think anytime you're successful in life, there's a 4-letter word called grit that everyone's going to experience if you're in any type of venture and any type of experience. And, we got a prime opportunity to use that word, in the intermission and, to live it in the second period. And then along with that, you need quality top performances, and you need a superstar. And William Dufour was, obviously had a tremendous season, and with the group and in, the regular season. And, probably would have liked to have his, first round of playoffs over. But sometimes you have to, experience a little bit of adversity and learn some lessons. And, his tournament, but particularly that period against Shawinigan in the second period, it was just a coming out party, and he just put the team on his shoulders, and away we went.
Yeah, I think my favorite line coming out of the whole tournament was, "It's a shame his name wasn't William Do5." So now we talk about Lady Mo, and then she's the most famous of the ladies. But Coach Crickard recently, when he was talking about Lady Momentum, said that that she's not the only one. That sometimes you do bring up maybe other ladies and different people from your life. Is there, to pull back the curtain, is there anyone else other than Lady Mo that you often speak about?
Well, as I said, we always have terrific experiences throughout your life, and you can always refer to them. There's. I talked to our group this week. It wasn't so much my grandma; it was probably more my grandfather. But I'm talking to, because really the game is somewhat similar to life. There's lots of things that will help us lifelong. And we talked to our team here at UNB this week. You're going to be asked to do different things, and whether it was my grandma or my granddad, if you're going to do something, don't do it just to do it, but do it to your best of your abilities. And a lot of times these old school values, and I've been fortunate to have, have a terrific grandparents, terrific mother and father that I've been lucky to institute some of these old time values, and they're more evident than ever, and having success in life and certainly in the hockey arena as well.
Now, Lady Mo is obviously being celebrated on Sunday at the Lady Mo game, and you'll be in attendance. But it's also now tied to Movember and raising funds for men's health. The team is selling Lady Mo T-shirts with the quote on the back and a kind of definition of what Lady Mo means in a literal sense, but what does Lady Mo and being able to raise funds for men's health mean to you?
I think, yeah, I mean, it's a tremendous, for what the Sea Dogs are doing, and really the hockey community with this Movember. It's caught on throughout the hockey community, throughout Canada and the U.S. And I think anytime it's a brutal disease, and I've my father has passed away from it. My grandfather has passed away recently, or lost my second brother-in-law quite suddenly, and I've had quite a few uncles and aunts that have passed away. So it's something that anytime we can make a difference and fundraising to help research to someday find a cure for this, we have to be all in. So it's on Sunday it's a special hockey game, but the cause is bigger than the hockey game, and anything that people can do to help out with this, be truly appreciated.
Now, if there's two things you're synonymous with, number one is probably winning, but number two is probably having a pretty darn good mustache. Now, obviously, Movember is all about growing a mustache during the month. Do you have a favorite mustache? Was there someone that maybe inspired yours? Was it a family member, Tom Selleck, or something like that you were a fan of growing up?
Yeah, I guess it's been different references throughout the years, and I know we have a photographer here, video guy, Brian Smith in Fredericton, that's put my mustache on several different faces throughout the years, and we've had a lot of fun with it. But it's interesting. And someone had said, well, you should have shaved it off for a fundraiser and grew it for the month of November, and that would be pretty neat. It's been a long time putting this, but it's funny. I was going to the National Midget Wrigley Tournament as a youth in Prince Edward Island. 5 days before we were supposed to go, I had blocked a shot. And so part of the reason there's a mustache, I have a big scar on the top of my lip. And for whatever reason, we've grown that mustache so no one's ever seen the scar recently anyways.
I think it's probably a safe bet that the mustache is tied to the winning, so I'd be afraid of ever removing it. You might lose all your powers.
Yeah, that's right.
So you're back now coaching with the Reds, about halfway through the season, currently riding a 12-game winning streak, going into a game tonight at St. Mary's. Is there anything you took from the tournament and that crazy whirlwind experience that you've now brought into this new season with the Reds?
I think there's always you're always trying to learn and pick up new ideas. I thought we had such a great coaching staff, but you also learn from the players, and you look at the success of that team, and then how many of the players from St. John have moved on to the American Hockey League this year, and also the returnees. I know they've had some injury problems, but all of the returnees have made a difference in their team, and it's amazing what 1 week, 10 days of a tournament can impact on the life of all these players. So certainly as a coach, you pick up different things, and whether it's connection, we play great opponents. So anytime you do that, Colton Camero was the captain. Unfortunately for Hamilton, he had a knee injury and couldn't play in the tournament. And he's recovering now here at UMB, but he's going to be in our lineup after Christmas at some point. And but there's so many, that event, I guess when you reflect and you look at it, and it's a big event, but until you actually be part of it and, on the bench and with the team, it's really, really special. And that's, memory for a lifetime, that's for sure.
Well, awesome. Best of luck with the rest of the season. Before I let you go, any parting words for the St. John faithful in the crowd this weekend?
Well, double wins are what life's all about. And, when I think that the opening press conference with Mr. McCain and Trevor, I had mentioned that, our motto at UMB is try to make a significant difference. And I looked at our job as coaches to try to serve our players and get the most out of them. And the players had the full buy-in. But at that time, I said, we want to make a difference, for the media as the players and the St. John Sea Dogs. But in the big picture, it's the city of St. John. It's really the province of New Brunswick and the Atlantic region. And, boy, they came and, we rank our players out of every game, 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. And if we ranked the St. John Sea Dog fans, we'd be off the charts. They were 12 out of 10. And I think it started the opening parade before we started the tournament. The streets were lined. There's so much enthusiasm. And our guys came off the bus. We were in a bus, and they were so excited. And I said, well, so much for a rest day. I think we just had enough emotions. We just played a game. And our guys were so excited. And I think that was I think that little, that parade, you don't think so much, how's it going to be on the ice? But it just gave the guys so much confidence and that these people are behind them. And then they were true to form. And it was, exhilarating moment. And I'll remember forever. And it'd be really neat to be able to meet some of them here on Sunday. I'm looking forward to it. That's for sure.
Well, thanks so much on behalf of all the fans in St. John and the team. You're a legend here in St. John. I can't see you ever having to pay for a drink or a meal tab for a game within the city limits, and your contributions will always be remembered here by fans in St. John. So thank you so much for your time, and best of luck with the Reds this season.
Yes. Yeah. First class interview. I said there's another 10 out of 10.
Yeah. The ratings
Excellent.
are in. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. Take care.